Somebody call for the queens.
Hey, yay, 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 yay. Welcome back, queens and kings. Hey, we on a sing-songy today, you know what I'm saying?
Harmony.
Hey, it's lit. It's lit. Y'all see the hashtag. Y'all know what we finna get into. We getting into the recap. Bree, how you been? Praise God. How you been?
I've been a lot better.
Okay.
Because
Cheers.
we've been having surgeries, need rest. I have another surgery coming up, but this is a surgery that's like I've been wanting this for years. I'm finally getting a breast reduction, y'all. I'm so excited.
Yes.
I am so
yes.
excited. My back. Oh my God. I just know after I heal, I'm not gonna know how to act. Like I'm not
She
gonna
only
have no
out
back
here.
pain. I'm not gonna have no. Well, I'm gonna still have titties, but I'm not gonna have to wear a
I
bra.
mean, a little
Like
bit
I'm
though.
not gonna have to like hold these bitches tight and up together whenever I need to bounce or some shit. Like, bro, because I really used to run like this. Like,
Like, imagine, God forbid, you have to run away from something. You like,
and I
come
was
on, man.
skinny as fuck.
This is how you get the velocity and
But
the
if I do that, my titties hit my
force.
face.
See,
I'm not gonna have that problem anymore, and that's what I'm looking forward to.
how many crop tops you gonna be wearing with no bra for the rest of your life?
All
Even
of
when you
them.
86.
All of them. Period.
See, it's a good time. It's a good time. We hoping that everything go well, and everything is gonna go well. So I'm excited. This is about to be a new era for you, and I'm just about to be sitting here, and every picture you take with my mimosa, like.
But what about you, Jay? What you been up to? How are you?
Girl, I've been good. It's been a lot going on. For some reason, this is the season to, I guess, to prepare me for a huge blessing. It's been a lot going on, but nevertheless, that's been my favorite transition word. Because although things are going crazy, nevertheless, I'm still alive. I'm still healthy. Nevertheless. But yeah, lots been going on. But I've been getting into some other endeavors. Still not ready to make that announcement yet. I will be, I promise. Because I know y'all, like, you've been doing these endeavors for the past 6 months and haven't told nobody about it. So just wait on it. just wait on it. But yeah, I've been doing well. Thank you for asking.
But it's so good to see you.
Yes.
Every time me and JJ come around, it's always smiles and laughter.
It's
We
always
don't even
smiles
laugh
and
about
laughter.
nothing, honestly.
It could be, just a bee floating, and now we imagine a whole scenario about being bees in a different life or something, and that's how that go.
Yeah.
That's how that go.
The bee. Are you getting the honey?
So I mean, I always, I never wanted to be a worker bee, even though I kind of have to be now. But like, I always wanted to be like the queen bee, like where I just sat and procreated,
And everything else just happened around you. Everyone else got it done for you.
and everybody else got it done for me.
Inspire, yes.
And they go to war about me. Like, I think, like, if you try to kill a queen or something, like, that whole hive will try to attack
they coming
you.
in droves.
Yeah, droves. So yeah.
Wait a minute. You gonna be some queen bees out here? Well, now, without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce our guest. Y'all see we have one in here.
Yes.
So excited.
Yes.
We have the beautiful astrologer queen, Nick, in the building.
Hi. Hello. Thank you for having me.
We're so excited.
I'm so excited. Y'all are awesome. Already making me laugh so much.
That's gonna be the whole episode. Y'all already know.
It is.
I know.
we got a lot of questions, and I know you're gonna be looking like, all right, after a while, where are the dividends? Because we asking questions.
I'm ready for it. I got you.
Yes, we can't wait to get into it. But y'all know what we gotta do. We playing a little icebreaker game, you know what I'm saying, with our beautiful guests. And we are gonna be playing Would You Rather. Yes. We playing Would You Rather.
Alright.
And we just gonna be throwing off questions. We're gonna be throwing off questions. I have a question.
Okay.
What is it?
I have a question.
You ready?
Would you rather be gifted $50 million, or would you rather have a 50-minute conversation with multiple business tycoons across the world and you can ask them whatever you want?
I'm taking the money. I'm taking the
Wow.
money. What do
Yeah.
you mean? We could talk some other time. At that point,
Yeah.
But what if they give y'all like the key to being rich and multiplying that 50 to
listen,
150?
people be like, "You gonna take the money or have the dinner with Jay-Z?" I'm taking the money.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I don't get that one. What is Jay-Z gonna do for me? I don't know.
but that's how I
Yeah.
feel. Like, yeah, no, I can have dinner
Damn.
with my 50 mil.
Because
I
I feel
can't.
like once I have the money, they're going to see the money and just respect me and want to already have a conversation with me. Like they're going to be like, "Oh my God, you have $50 million. Let's talk." But like, what
That's
if I walk
true.
away from the conversation and be like, "Okay, but I still only got $5."
That's true. That's
Look, don't
true.
be
Okay.
asking me where the funds are going. You don't need to know all
Right.
that.
Wow. I can't believe y'all picked that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I would pick the money too. I
Okay.
would definitely pick the
I
money
was
too.
like, I know you're not surprised.
Yeah.
At first, I was thinking about it. I was like, okay, if they business tycoons, but what if they told me the secrets to like they businesses, or what if the conversation turns into we want you to be a co-founder of a business? You know what I'm saying? Like the conversation can lead to so many different things. 50 million is 50 million. I mean, hold on, pause. Cause I got some debt. Yikes. Okay. Yeah.
How are you
Okay.
really thinking about this?
I guess I was thinking of like no, because 50 million is longevity too. I mean, because to be honest, even if I had 5 million, I would take half of that and just do like flip. I would just be flipping it. So,
Yeah.
all right, we doing the 50 million. Okay, guys. Next question.
All right.
Would you rather? Okay, this one gonna be okay. This one gonna be a spicy one. How y'all feel about a spicy one? How y'all feel
All
about a?
right, let's do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, this one's spicy. Okay. Okay. Would you rather take a day to wake up and have sex with whoever you wanted in the world? It could be your celebrity crush you had since you was like 5 or something. It could be somebody you've really just been crushing on. Would you wake up and have sex with whoever you wanted in the world? Or would you be a baby mama to a tycoon?
Why are the tycoons?
I'm sorry. Mix is looking like, nah, I thought.
Like, this is not where I thought the question was going.
No,
Yeah, I guess I really just want some money. I thought it was going to be spicy at first, and then I was like, no, I want to be rich.
Okay, honestly, I'm gonna go with fucking my, my celebrity or the person that
yeah,
I really want to. Look,
same,
Meg the Stallion. If this ever get out, Meg, I know you like girls. I know you like
bro,
girls. I
bro.
got a man, but he gonna have to understand, just like Party.
No, girl, she said I
That's what
got a
she
man.
said. That's what she said to Young Miami.
And I know Party was like, I'm just happy to be here. Because that's all he looked like he doing is just happy to be there and be a
I
supporting
mean, I would be
character.
too.
He's a supporting character just like ASAP is to Rihanna. Don't at me.
Like you're saying no lies. No
Yeah.
lies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're supporting characters. These are the main events, these women. So that's all I got to say. Hey, man, I just wanted to do a couple would you rather's. I'm not gonna lie. I would do the baby mama to a tycoon. I'm gonna do that.
How come? I would not. But how come?
You want to be a baby mama?
No, I want to be rich.
Because like, what if that comes with drama? Like, what if they find a way to like get you out of the lawsuit? Because like they're rich, so if they need to get rid of you or they're tired of you, they can. And you're
Exactly.
also
Like, what
stuck
if
with
they
a kid.
orchestrate your death?
Yeah,
Like
Damn,
they break
the
your
kid.
brakes in your car when you drive,
damn.
but he gonna make sure the baby not with you that day. Like, I don't know. I be watching too many thrillers,
For
stuff like
real.
that
Like
be
This is
happening.
not. This is not how I thought it would turn out.
Because if they're rich, they
This
can
is-
get whatever they want, and if they don't want me, I'm fucked.
yeah,
For
that's
real.
true. I definitely forgot.
A child could, I mean, that sounds so crazy, but a child could only get you so far in a situation like that if
Exactly.
you're using the child as like the means of getting.
Wow. I feel played.
And then you have to keep the child. Like, that is still growing for years.
I'm gonna
Nah,
be
nah, no, no. Wait a minute. Wait a second, guys. I didn't say that that was a part of the. Would
Wait,
you rather?
what?
you said baby mama. You
So
said
there has to
baby
be a
mama.
baby
Yeah,
involved. You a baby
yeah,
mama.
but then y'all combated it with, oh, what if he try to do this? So therefore, I'm leaving the baby on the doorstep and leaving. So, but yeah, that's it.
Would you rather?
Would you rather? I'm leaving the baby on the doorstep and I don't care. Dang, I'm not doing that game no more.
Oh my
Bro, I cannot.
god. She said I feel played.
I feel played.
We got our laughs out. I mean, it's definitely not going to end most likely in this conversation because the vibes are here.
They are.
But now we all loose and we ready. Are y'all ready to get into this topic? I'm gonna
Yay.
just let y'all know I am one of those astrology bitches. Like I
Mm.
know like my whole chart. Now I wouldn't say I'm an astrologer because I'm not. I'm not. That's why
And
we have a
not.
guest today. We have in charge in the building. But like this is just one of those topics that everyone is used to hearing that. Hey, what's your zodiac sign? Like, what's your sign? And then comparing like the characteristics. People be like Libras be like this. Can't trust a Gemini and all that. Everyone already knows. And then you have the people that are like either you fuck with it or you don't. So today we have astrologer Mix in the building, and we're gonna ask her a few questions, just have like an open discussion, all things astrology. And who knows, maybe by the end of this episode, for the people that was on the other side, you might be switching over, okay? Because
Hey,
we're gonna get some facts
Never know.
today.
okay.
Mhm.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, okay. I got a question for you. I got a question for you, Mix.
Go for it.
Real quick or real long, whatever you want to do. Can you give an explanation of what astrology is?
So, my shortest and best explanation of what astrology is, it is the study of planets and other celestial bodies and how it affects human life and our personality.
Oh,
Right?
celestial bodies. I'm sorry. What exactly is that? Celestial bodies.
So, you have
Is that like
planets.
aliens?
Please stop.
It's like,
Oh,
so there's like we have like planets, and then
Okay.
we have the sun, which is a star, then we have
Right.
dwarf planets, we have asteroids, things like that, and all of that has an effect on, like, different parts of our life and how it
Oh
affects us.
wow.
Yeah.
I love that though.
I love
Ding ding ding. I love that. So how did you get into astrology?
So I was working as a personal assistant one day, and I was like super bored on the job all the time. And what happened was Snapchat had just came out with their new like zodiac feature, and I was like, ooh, I want to see all my friends and compare. And then I was like, wait a minute, this is kind of cool. And
Yeah.
within a month, I was like hooked. I was like, this is amazing. I think that a lot of these things are true. And within 6 months after that, I started my page, and I've been obsessed ever since. Yeah.
Oh my
Wow. So
goodness.
so with your friends, do you have like would you say you have some favorite signs? Like would it
Yeah.
be the friends in your friend
Mhm.
group or just any other signs that you found throughout your studying?
100%. I realized that like in high school I had a lot of Cancer friends and Sagittarius friends, and then like I went to college and I started meeting more like Capricorns and Scorpios, and I was like, ooh, I like y'all. I like y'all. So I think for sure Scorpio's my favorite sign.
Why
Scorpios.
those signs?
I feel like I just so I mean, I'm sure we'll get into different parts of the natal chart, but like I have like other Scorpio placements and like Capricorn energy and Aquarius placements. And so I just feel like I get along with like the depth and intensity of Scorpio, but also
Oh
like
wow.
their like artistic expression, but also they're super protective and so loyal. Like Scorpios are super, super loyal. I find Capricorns to be very, very loyal. And I love like a mental, like stimulating conversation. I love banter. I love all those things. And I just feel like Scorpio, Sag, Capricorn, like the older signs like that can have like that good mix between like knowing when to be serious, but then also being like, okay, yeah, let's have some fun. Let's go back and forth, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, you said Sag.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
JJ's a Sag.
Okay, so JP's a Sag and Bree's a Libra, right?
Yes, I'm a
And
Libra.
this is how we coincide. We like
Love
this.
it. I love that.
I'm gonna stir a little. I'm gonna stir the pot a little bit.
Go
Okay.
for it.
So you said the signs that you do like. Are there any least favorites? And please do not say a
Yikes.
Libra.
Not to the looks
So
off to the side.
Libra is like in the middle for me. I don't have many Libras or Librans in my life. So like
Mhm.
it's hard to kind of like compare and be like, oh yeah, I for sure like them, but like I think they're cool. I always have pretty good conversations with them. Actually, I lied, I do have one close Libra friend.
Okay, okay.
Hey, that's me some.
Look, by your response,
Yes.
I know she gotta be fun.
Yes, but I'm sorry, Pisces just don't do it for me.
Yikes.
I don't hate them. Like I can still get along with them, but like if I had to choose which sign to just like stay away from,
Yeah.
Pisces is it like by a long shot.
Is that just by like compatibility, like for you and your sign, or
Hmm.
I don't I think that a part of it is compatibility and a part of it is just like experiences that I've
Experience.
been through with
Mhm.
Pisces. Like and I've been through multiple experiences that have like mimicked each other to where I'm like, okay, the common denominator is that all of
Is
you are Pisces.
that's actually really funny
it
because
is.
why do
Yeah.
Pisces? All of them are the same. Why do they all act like that?
What? And you know what I'm talking about. What?
So
Why?
That's how I
Why?
feel about Virgo men. Every Virgo man that I've ever been in a relationship with, they've been very like, and I don't know, I don't know anything. I literally know nothing about astrology, but like every time it always ends with them being full of themselves.
Oh,
Not that some of them gonna be watching this video.
no, for
mm,
real, for
Yikes.
real. I agree though. Virgo men have like really, really big egos. Like
Okay.
Virgos in general. Let me just say that. Virgos in
well,
general. But I feel like Virgo men like, ugh.
Yeah, I've not
that's
had
the
like
response.
I've not had a great experience. Well, I mean, it started off great, but it always ended with me looking to the left and to the right. Like, are you gonna even ask me about my day to day? That's how it's always, and it's with them specifically. So
Mhm.
I've had 3 situations like this, and I'm like, what have they all got in common? They're all Virgo, and for some reason, all their favorite superheroes is Spider Man. I don't know yet. I don't know. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what that's about, and I don't know if that's related. So.
So
Oh no.
but yeah, like I Pisces for sure is just like nah. But also like I feel like the different genders have like a different ranking in my mind. Like I love
Right.
Virgo women way more than I love Virgo men. Like I
Mm.
love
That's what
Libra
I hear
women
from
way
Libras.
more than I love Libra men.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Libra men are trash. They are definitely. I
I've
feel
never
like
met.
all the negative things that people say about Libras is because of Libra men.
Well,
See, and I've never experienced a Libra man. I don't think.
You don't
Well,
want
I don't
to.
think. Okay,
okay,
and I'm
cool.
not going to.
You don't want to.
You know, mix. A lot of people have different opinions about astrology. Like a lot of people sometimes are like, "Oh, I feel like you give this too much light, or you do this, this, and that." And like sometimes I'm just like, "Shut up!" Like if I want to read about my sign. Let me read about it. But it kind of
Right.
brings us to our next question. How much truth is in astrology?
Right. So I love this question because astrology is so personal and so
Right.
nuanced. Like most of astrology is, or I don't want to say most, but a lot of astrology is based off of like observations. You can have 12 Libras and them all bring something very, very different to the table. And
Yeah.
like they may relate to very general characteristics, but then when you go more specifically, they're like, okay, like I don't relate to that. Just because they don't resonate or relate to it doesn't mean that astrology isn't true. It just means
Mm,
you like that particular thing for you is not true. Because like we do
right.
have free will, we have different life experiences that change us and things like that. So I feel like sometimes people are quick to like judge astrology because they'll read one thing and be like, oh, that's not me. So obviously this entire thing is fake. And it's
Right.
like, no, just like how you can be like, oh my God, I love dogs. And then you meet one bad dog and you're going to hate all dogs forever. No, you're just like,
Yeah.
oh, like that dog maybe wasn't trained right, or maybe it was a stray dog or whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a lot more nuanced. And there's also a lot more than just your sun sign. You have so many placements that
Yeah.
all like talk and chill with each other to create different energies. A different part of you may come out when you're with your family, a different part of you comes out when you're with your friends. Your the way you
Yeah.
change based off of like when you're 10 years old to 15 to 20, all of that is in your natal chart, all of it. So
Dang, this wow, hello?
Natal, natal.
Chalt? What is a chalt? Dang, it sounds really intense. I need to figure out how to
it
get all
can
my
be.
information. It
Yeah,
sounds really
I was
intense.
going to ask that, like what are y'all's big three?
Well,
You know.
JJ, you want to break the news? You want to break the news to her?
So like I asked my mom and stuff like I was like, "Oh, when?" Cuz on my birth certificate it doesn't have like the specific time that I was born.
Mm-hmm.
All I got is the day mix. I don't even know what part of the day.
That's fine.
Like I don't know if it's like I mean, she said it had to have been before it was nighttime. I was like, Mom, you don't remember I was your last kid, but I mean, I get it. I literally was the last child. I get it, but yeah, all I got is that I'm born in December 18th and I'm a Sagittarius. Actually, though, I kind of wanted to ask because I think like one year there was like an added sign in between
Oh my God.
Sagittarius and Cap. Oh, and for a second I
Look
was
at
like,
stress.
what sign is this?
What
And then
is
I just
that?
what sign is that? And am I this sign? Because the name of the sign sounded kind of ugly.
Ophiuchus.
Oh my God! What is that?
Yeah, that sounds like a scary movie. I don't know.
No,
Sounds
really.
disgusting. Ophiuchus?
What is that? What is that? What is that? And then for the longest time, I was like, bro, I really hope this is not my new sign because I like Sag.
No,
That's
No.
he's
so,
definitely like I'm a Sagittarius. I don't care what anything else is said.
yeah, because also up until this point, I thought I was a winter baby. Then, motherfuckers told me, yeah, actually, winter solstice starts on the 20th. And I was like, oh, so I'm actually an autumn child. And that's,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't want to accept so many truths in one day. I don't want to do
Right.
that. So,
Okay, that was one that I had a little bit trouble admitting as well. Like, because I'm December 8th. So I was like, oh my God, what do you mean? But yes, Ophiuchus. Oh my God, even the name is
it
just
sounds nasty. Like, what is that?
I don't know. But it was a new constellation added like within the past, I guess, like 6 years. But like it was a new constellation that was found or discovered, but
Right.
like, they were trying to be like, oh well, since we found this new constellation, there must be a 13th zodiac sign, and like that's no.
And they
That's
just threw it in there. They threw it in there right before. That's really crazy to me.
and it's so weird. Like the way it okay, astrology is divided up into degrees,
Right.
and when you add like a 13th one cannot be
Yeah,
added,
yeah, that
and
don't
it
make sense.
Like,
will
is
make
the
sense.
math no longer mathing at that point?
The math
Like,
is no longer mathing because each sign has a sister sign. So if you have Ophiuchus, then that means you would have had to have, like,
every time it's
I can't
said.
even take myself seriously.
Ophiuchus.
Yes,
Whoa.
yeah. But like if you have
Yikes.
that sign, there would have had to have been a 14th sign. There has to be an even number because they're all divided up into these certain degrees. So yeah,
See.
like it's a constellation, but it's not a zodiac sign.
Okay, so great. No, I don't have to claim that. Okay, great, great. That was the
No.
question.
Not doing
Hmm.
that.
But
Not doing
yeah,
that. But my big three, I do know mine.
Okay.
I'm a Libra sun,
Hmm.
an Aquarius moon, and an Aries rising. And it's actually really
Ooh.
interesting how you said earlier, like, you can't really always go by your sun sign because
Mhm.
so many people in the past have told me they're like surprised to find out that I'm a Libra because I
Mhm.
mm,
don't seem like most Libras or like the general like characteristics of a Libra unless you're
Yeah.
like super, super close to me.
Mhm.
Um, and I'm like, okay, I guess that kind of makes sense because sometimes I do be feeling like I be acting more like an Aquarius.
Mhm.
I do be
Mhm.
feeling that.
Yeah, like I feel like like you said, like the people who really know you can tell like okay, yeah, Libra placements are coming out. But yeah, I feel like people more so show off their moon and rising sign,
mm.
or maybe even like their rising and their Mercury sign a lot more than their sun sign
Okay.
sometimes, especially with
Ooh,
that they don't know all that well.
ooh,
Yeah. So
yeah.
you said you don't know the time you were born, but we can still get kind of an estimate over like the other things in your chart.
Yay.
What year were you born?
I was born in '96. Ain't nobody try to do the math and ask my age. Don't do
And
that
then you
shit.
said Dallas. We're in Dallas.
So I was born at Presby. So I was born at Presbyterian Hospital. So that's like I want to say, where's Presbyterian Bree? Ain't that North Dallas? I want to say that's North Dallas
North
Presbyterian.
Dallas.
I
You know
want to
the
say.
city?
You said what?
The city?
Yeah, it was in Dallas. So like actual like
Okay.
Dallas.
Dallas, Dallas.
Because the thing about Dallas is a county and a city, and that's
Yeah.
crazy. Like Dallas is actually so huge. It's extremely huge. But yeah, the city it was Dallas, and I want to say it was. I'm sure that Presbyterian is North Dallas.
Yeah, I confused myself. I kept on saying Dallas and then was continuously asking you for the city.
No, no, you're fine. You're
But
perfectly fine.
you're
Dallas,
a
Texas.
Sag Sun, Aries Moon, and then your Mercury's in Capricorn.
Write this
Your
down.
yes, write it down.
Write this. Oh my.
Wait, Bree, get
Bitch,
the.
I'll write it. I'll write
I
it.
didn't have the pen. I didn't have a pen, or
Where the pins
I
at?
just got.
I'm screenshotting it for you.
Okay, thanks. Dang, I wish we could share this on the screen. Let me see if
I
I can.
know.
Bro, why can't I add this to it?
Wait, what was her Mercury?
Mercury was in Capricorn, Venus in Sag, and then Mars in Virgo. So that's your. So we have most of your big six, just not your rising sign because we don't have your time of birth. But like that's fine.
Okay, because I was gonna ask, like, how
Mhm.
can you figure out, or is it possible to figure out the rest of your natal chart without knowing the exact time you were born? So that's just coincides with your rising sign.
Right. So like all of the other planets move so slowly that you can calculate it just based off of the day most of the time. Sometimes the moon is a little bit tricky, especially if like you were born around the time that the moon was changing. But your rising sign, like the rising sign changes every 2 to 2.5 hours. So you have to
Oh,
like have a window at least to be able to know. Because if you say, oh, it was around nighttime, 10 p.m. and 6:30 and
yeah.
11:45 is going to give you three different rising signs probably. So
Dang,
Wait, she said one of my signs is in Virgo, and I just don't know how to feel about that after I just said
that's your Mars sign.
yeah.
What that mean?
Mars sign. Yeah.
What is
So
Mars?
First of all, does this sound like do I am I? Why was I about to ask? Am I a good person? Am I a good person? Because I'm looking and thinking about all these signs. I'm like, wait a minute.
I
Because
mean, it makes sense that your Mars is in Virgo and you've been like attracted to Virgo men because like Mars is like that masculine planet. It rules over sex drive and like how your work ethic is, how you deal with conflict. So people who have their Mars in a certain sign will probably find that sign sexually attractive.
okay, I'm sorry. I got another. Yikes! I might have to do a personal like read about.
I'm ready.
Because I'm like when you say deal with conflict.
Hmm.
So my Mars is in Virgo, right? That's what it is. So when you say deal with conflict, like do you see like what do you see with people's Mars being in Virgo with how they deal with conflict, or do you have you had experience with that? I don't know why I about in my head. 'Cause I'm like trying to think about it. I'm like, how do I deal with conflict?
I feel like Virgo Mars are definitely like fixers, but sometimes they can be a little bit passive aggressive, especially if they don't know how to fix the problem.
Oh, that's spot on.
They
That's spot on.
just-
Damn.
What's the next? What's the next
Yeah.
question?
Wait, so you said that if you had like sometimes if you have like a certain sign in your Mars sign, that might be like why you're attracted to that. Is it the
That could be a
same thing
little
if you're
bit.
ruled by the same planet? Because like me and my current partner, we're both ruled by Venus. He's a
Mm-hmm.
Taurus, and
Mm-hmm.
this is probably like the most healthiest relationship that I've had. Because
Yeah.
before, all I used to date was like Gemini's, and
Mm-hmm.
all we did was have fun, but it was always toxic.
Right. Yeah. I think that with kind of what you're saying, like being ruled by the same planet, there's a lot of the same values, especially with y'all being ruled by Venus, which is the planet of values. If
Mm.
y'all can like have similar values and be able to share that, then like you already have the fun, you already have the comfort, you have the luxury, you have when you share values with someone, it's like, okay, cool. This person understands me. This person gets me. And it kind of feels like other things fall into place. But there may be
Oh
other
yeah.
things in y'all's chart that also work together. But I love Taurus and Libra together.
Oh.
Okay, who you love for me? Now this is not an
Okay, because
interview
most
no more.
people
This
check
is.
their astrology for compatibility. Okay.
So you have a Sagittarius sun and an Aries moon. I definitely don't recommend an earth sign. I don't
So
recommend
Earth signs,
Yikes.
that's Taurus, and then what else?
Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn.
No, did you say Capricorn?
Yeah, yeah. But if I were to pair you with any fire sign, it would be Capricorn. I mean, any earth sign, it would be Capricorn. But I just feel like sometimes, like, people with a lot of fire, I'm a fire sun and moon as well.
Oh wow.
Earth signs can be very grounding energy. We honestly need some grounding energy, but sometimes, like, when it comes to our self expression, earth signs don't always get it. They're like, okay,
Mm,
you expressing yourself, but like earth signs are not usually the most expressive. So like
mm,
I just feel like when it comes to like emotions, an earth sign that doesn't have a lot of fire or air in them may not always understand you and be able to accept your expression.
Mm.
you right, I ain't
Yeah.
lying. Dang, wow.
What a
I'm
big
walking
take.
away from this thinking with my hand on my chin about a lot of
Now,
stuff.
now you got. Now that you know the rest, you got to do your research.
Now I gotta do
And
my
motivation
research,
hit her up
research.
separately for
And you
the
get
reading.
addicted to it. Like once you find out one thing, you want more. You're like, ooh, okay, let's do this. Like connection, connection.
Yes, it seems like you can really just like dive into it. So Miss, what's your favorite thing, if you can pinpoint, or favorite things about astrology or just being an astrologer in general?
I love meeting people. Like I love
Yeah.
meeting people, talking to people, helping people, especially when I do like compatibility readings and people come to me and they're like, I'm a fire sun moon and rising and my partner's a Capricorn sun moon and rising. So like oh my God, are we incompatible? And it's like, no, like, even if you may seem incompatible in person, you can still find comfort with this person. You can still
Yeah.
find values, communication, things like that. So I feel like bringing people closer together and just like seeing growth through myself, seeing growth through others and my page, it's just all very fun. I love interacting and helping people.
Oh, and I love that you helping people because people really be confused and they be like, "What's the
Mhm.
issue?" And then they find
Right.
out why are all the men that I'm dating Virgos, and then they finally date a man who's a Taurus, and now they're the happiest person.
Yeah, literally.
And
Or
I feel
like
like that's how it be.
no, seriously, that like people tell me all the time, like, dude, your compatibility reading was spot on. Like, I didn't even know my relationship had these problems, or I didn't even know the problems were
Wow.
Wow.
to
Y'all hear
fix.
that? Look, if
Hmm.
y'all listening, y'all better hit her up.
And
And
Let
I
her
feel
know.
like
oh, sorry, go for it.
no, go ahead, Mix. Hey, this about you. This ain't about me. I mean, it is a little bit.
I was gonna say, I feel like a lot of times when I do compatibility readings, it comes down to communication and love languages. Once you find
Mm.
out your person's communication style, conflict style, and love language, loving each other and solving out problems becomes way more like way easier if both parties are willing to be, acknowledging that.
This is
Yeah.
See, and
definitely
that's
facts.
I feel like that's facts too, and it's like astrology helps with like aiding and connecting all three of those things. You have your love
Yeah.
languages, you have your sign, you have your communication. Because I feel like some people also, and again, I know nothing about astrology, but I feel like some people also like look at astrology and they also get intimidated because
Hmm.
in some people's minds it's like, oh, I feel like I'm losing control, or I feel like I'm giving something
Mm.
else the control to read me about who I am. But I don't think
Yeah.
like, and I had to like take a step back because I for when I first found out about astrology, I was kind of like, ooh, I don't know, because I have a religious background, and I'm
Hmm.
just kind of like, I don't know how much is too much, but honestly, over time, like learning about it, I really feel like it's another guide that can help you
Hmm.
with a lot of things. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it's awesome that you're kind of explaining that, and because a lot of people will be like, you doing too much, or you're giving that too much power, but I'm like,
Hmm.
I know like now, like talking to you and like hearing about these different signs, that it's just another resource to kind of
Yeah.
help you
Yeah.
navigate life, and that's pretty
Literally.
awesome. That's
Honestly,
pretty
like
awesome.
I take a very psychological and sociological perspective from it, and I treat it more of like therapy more than a religion or anything like that. So yeah, I
Exactly.
totally agree. Hmm.
Having that
Exactly.
perspective, like that kind of just
Hmm.
takes the intimidation out of it,
Yeah.
I feel like. So, whenever you do prepare for a reading, like
Hmm.
do you go through like a personal ritual or like a little self-care or like what how do you prepare for a reading?
So it definitely depends on the type of reading that I'm doing because I do chart readings and I also do tarot. But for the most part, I definitely like to like light a candle. I have a candle lit right now. Sometimes I will light some incense, cleanse the space.
Mhm.
I love to start my day off with like daily affirmations, things like that. But as for like my actual reading, I would just like look up the person's natal chart, maybe kind of get a feeling, get a vibe, and be like, okay, what does this person want? What does this person need? Maybe look into their file and see if they ask a specific question. And then I get going. I'm like,
Yeah.
And you in the zone from there.
yeah,
I
Yeah,
love
yeah, yeah.
it.
yeah.
That's awesome. That's
It
awesome.
really is.
Thank you.
And I know we talked about, is it possible figuring out the rest of your chart without knowing specific details? So thank you for kind of explaining that, because for the longest time, me and Bree have been doing a lot of research to find out more about me personally, because she knew everything about her birth. So it's kind of
Hmm.
cool to like, to see that you can work with it. So do you just usually use, well, I mean, I guess it comes with like research, because I know that you were asking about like the city and the region where I was born. Is that like a really
Hmm.
integral part in
Yeah.
figuring out your chart?
Yeah, the coordinates. I actually ran into a problem right before I hopped on the call today because I did a compatibility reading for somebody and they just gave me like the states that they were born in. And like that's never happened before. Like I just chose a city in that state. So
Oh,
if they said California, I just chose Los Angeles,
Oh
not
wow.
knowing that like the coordinate was going to change so much of their chart.
Yeah.
yeah.
And when like I gave it to them, they were like, "Oh, like this is correct in some parts, but like my rising is not correct." And I'm like, "I did all the birth information correctly. Like I'm confused." And then she told me she lived in like a different city, and when I changed it, her entire rising changed. I was like, "Whoa." And
That's crazy.
rising changes, it changes the houses, sometimes it can change the degrees. I was like, "Okay, I need to be." It like reminded me that like yeah, the coordinates are very specific and very important.
Wow, that's crazy.
So
Cause
during that time, like, did you just kind of like educate her on that? Because how you were like, oh, she had told you that's actually not correct. My
Yeah,
rising sign is
because
not that.
yeah, because like originally she had told me, she was like, "Oh my gosh, like this reading was so accurate," but like just going based off of how I see my chart, usually it like I usually have a Pisces rising and blah 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 is in this
right.
and all of this stuff.
Mhm.
And I was just like, I am so confused. And then
Yeah.
yeah, when I redid her city, I was like, okay, cool. So
Wait, so did she know her city all along and just didn't tell you? That's
look, we
weird.
ain't gonna talk about that. We ain't gonna talk
That's
about
so.
that.
I'm sorry. I'm
I'm
sorry.
trying. I was trying not to be
Like,
upset
yes.
because I literally have to redo the entire thing over, and they take hours.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
when she told me that, I was like, hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Moving on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me lighten this up real quick. Let's lighten this up. So what are some fun astrology facts that you have? Like some fun facts that you've learned over the time that you've been doing this.
Some fun astrology facts. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, like if we're doing like facts, this may be a little bit confusing. I don't know,
No, so
but
hey, give it to us.
Throw it
Give it
on
to
so
us.
you have your sun, moon, rising, Mercury, all of that stuff. But if let's say you're dating someone and you're like, oh, they're a Leo, but I really want to know their Mercury and their Venus and all of this stuff, and you don't have like their birth time or whatever, what you can do is your Mercury sign can only be the sign before your sun sign, after your sun sign, or your actual sun sign. So both of
Hmm.
us are Sagittarius. We can only have a Scorpio, Sagittarius, or Capricorn Mercury, nothing else. So
Wow.
you're dating like this Leo, and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to know more about their chart, but I'm afraid of like asking there for their information yet. Be like, okay, like they talk pretty confidently, like yada yada yada. Maybe they're a Leo Sun, Leo Mercury, but if they're confident, but also kind of like very analytical, kind of very specific in what they're saying, they could be a Virgo Mercury. But you can guess because it can only be three options. The same with Venus,
That's
but
awesome.
instead of like three, it's five. So it can only be like two before, two after, or that exact zodiac.
Oh
So you
wow.
can still kind of guess a little bit and be like, okay, this person's for sure a Libra Mercury or a Libra Venus, but like
Yeah.
at least you don't have 12 options to have to guess through, you know? But those are the only
Yeah.
planets that do that.
That's so interesting. I never
That's
knew that.
cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
People be saying like, "Oh, it could be broad," but honestly, I feel like it doesn't really sound that like we can narrow it down. Well, to the
Mhm.
best of our capability.
Yeah, especially if you're like going on a date with this person or like, you're speaking to this person, you're like, okay, they've told me the things that they like to do. I can see the way they dress, blah 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 blah. If it's out of these five options, then I can for sure know it's this one. And also like the options around them are so different that I feel like you can be like, okay, I know for sure this person is not an Earth Venus. Like
Yeah.
way too like impulsive. They're spending a lot of money on a date, yada yada yada. A Capricorn Venus is going to be less likely to do that. But a Sag Venus is probably going to try and impress me on a date and buy all of this stuff, even if I may not want it or need it or eat it or whatever. So yeah, it's
Oh.
kind of cool to like guess. You can even like do it like a game. Like, oh, before I ask them for their birth time, I'm gonna try and guess their sun, moon, Mercury, and Venus.
Okay.
Okay,
Hmm.
that sounds pretty cool.
That's a
Hey,
really fun fact.
Yeah.
when she said Sag Venus like to spend some money, I'm like, now let me see if I can read back some of these niggas'
Oh
charts real quick.
gosh. So while we're talking about facts, are there any myths that you debunk or have debunked in the
Myths.
past?
I want to see myths. I tried thinking about this, and I think like they're just like maybe misconceptions, but I don't know if I've ever heard like other than Ophiuchus, the
That's a
zodiac.
myth.
But other than that, like I don't think any specific like myths, just maybe like a couple misconceptions where I'm like, that's not exactly correct.
Can you give us one? Because I feel like in my head.
Like when people are just like, oh, like you're just your sun sign or whatever, not knowing that they have like degrees, houses, rising, all of these things that
Yeah.
are introduced with it. But yeah,
Ooh. Yeah. And I'm glad, like I said, we're so happy that you came on here because honestly, you really put a lot of like research behind it and gave actual facts, gave actual evidence. Like you literally just did my freaking birth chart in
thank
15
you.
seconds.
No, she really did pull it. She was like, "Okay, you want to know? I got it.
She,
Yeah,
she
I
said,
got
Write this
you.
down."
you don't have your birth chart? That's fine. Just
Say
tell
less.
me where. Just tell me where.
Yes.
That was actually dope as fuck.
It really, really was. So, do you use like any like astrology apps? And like, if you do use any apps, if you don't mind sharing, do you have like some that you want to share that you
Yeah,
use that works?
I do. So I use this app Nebula. It's not like the most accurate in where like you're gonna have all of these descriptions of your birth chart and all of that stuff, but they do give pretty good like insightful horoscopes. Like if you just want like a daily horoscope, and I think the app is just like one of my issues with astrology apps is sometimes they're just not aesthetically pleasing and like they're just like a little bit of difficulty using it. I love Nebula, very fun. Time Passages is another one, but Time Passages is definitely like if you're trying to get to know your chart, if you're trying to track your transits, like if you are either trying to become more like what like advanced in astrology or know more in
Right.
astrology, that would definitely be an app for you. But like it could overwhelm someone who's not looking for that. And then lastly, Sanctuary is another great app, and I also really love their Instagram account. It's always really accurate. Like anytime I read anything about Sagittarius or Aquarius rising, I'm like, yeah, yeah, 100%.
Look,
So, and
I'm
also their app
notating this.
is definitely follow them. They are super, super creative. They always have
Nebula.
cool ideas. And again, their app is very aesthetically pleasing, super easy to use, and also has a lot of knowledge on there for like advanced, intermediate, all of that stuff.
Okay, I have a question
I
since we're
love
talking
that.
about apps. Have you ever heard of the pattern?
Yes.
Okay, because I use that, but it's a lot different than like the other astrology, like than CoStar, and like I've used
Yeah.
Nebula in the past before too. But
Mm-hmm.
like they focus more on like different time periods, like or time
Mm-hmm.
cycles and like the
Yeah.
moon cycles and things like that. Like, is that anything that you've ever messed with or like looked into in the past?
Yeah, so I think that the passage does different things with like transits. So it'll give you something like pretty broad, but it's mostly talking about how Saturn is going to be in your fifth house for the next 3.5 years or something like that. My
Okay.
problem with the passage is that, or at least when I had it downloaded, it could have been updated, but like they don't have your chart on the app. Like you can't go into the app and just like be like, okay, what house is my sun, moon, rising in, all of that stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. They
It doesn't
don't have
have
like the
that. So
houses.
like,
They just have like your signs, the general signs,
right.
but not like anything specific for those.
Okay. So when I had downloaded it like years ago, I didn't even see the signs on there. Oh wait, no. It had like your sun, moon, and rising on there. And then it would have like your horoscope, but like the horoscope wouldn't tell you where this horoscope is coming from. Like it wouldn't tell you the exact transit or placement that is
Mm-hmm.
giving you this. I don't know. It was a little, I thought that the horoscopes were always super accurate, but like I like to know why and where this is coming from. And it didn't give me that information.
Mm,
Okay.
But it is a good app. Yeah.
dang.
Mhm.
That's not intense. And our hello, what's going on with my sentences again? Today's guy. Oh gosh, are all the
Oh God, and now
apps?
you're flustered.
Bro, she read me, and now I'm ready to run out the door. No, I'm just kidding. Um, so, are all of these apps? Are they like? Do you have to pay for them? Like, are they free or?
All of them are free. Time Passages does have, I think like all of them have options for you to pay for them. Time Passages, I pay for it, but it's like a one-time cost of 199 and like you have it forever and then you get like all of your transits for like the next year and
Oh
you know all
wow.
that stuff. But even if you don't pay for the full version, it still gives you a horoscope, it still gives you your entire chart, and it still basically gives you a chart reading.
Ooh,
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
All of these sound good
Yeah.
suggestions. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely checking those out.
Yay. And I have them written down if you need me to like send them afterwards. No problem.
Yes.
That's awesome. So, Mix, do you have any advice for people who are wanting to get into astrology or become astrologers?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you don't know anything about astrology, the first thing you got to do is look up your big three. You can go, my favorite thing for like chart readings, astrology, and everything is astro-seek.com. They have you can use they have every single type of system. So like there's traditional astrology or like Western astrology, there's Indian astrology, there's
Oh
so
wow.
many different like types of astrology and house systems, and AstroSeek allows you to customize all of it, but like it will default to the one that most of us will use. And I really like it. Go on there, look up your big three, or at least just your sun and moon, and find more out about yourself. Just be like, okay, how does my sun and moon differ? How does my outside appearance and my emotions differ? And then once you start getting more comfortable with that, then start moving to all of your other placements. And then boom, you can do your own chart reading.
Oh
That's
wow.
awesome.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm probably just gonna keep going to you or something because it sound like a it sound
Look,
like a lot.
she's very new to
It is
this.
a lot. It really is.
It sounds like a lot. Did you have any questions for us? Because I know we bombarded you with those signs and asking just to figure out what's going on and.
Yeah. I think I had like questions, kind of the same question y'all had for me at first of like, what are y'all's favorite signs? What's like your favorite sign to be friends with? What's your favorite sign to date?
Mm.
Ooh, that's
My
a good
favorite
question.
signs to be friends with.
Mhm.
Look, earlier you said this is one of your least favorite, but I fuck with Pisces. I fuck with Pisces.
Oh, we actually have quite a lot
And
of friends that are Pisces.
Geminis. I like Pisces, Geminis,
I love them.
Aries. I'm really cool with.
Hmm.
I'm also pretty cool with a few Scorpios too. So
Hmm. Period.
I'm not like the Scorpios. Like Scorpio, like my mom's a Scorpio,
Hmm.
and growing up, we definitely butted heads. But like she is extremely protective, but she's
Yeah.
also very blunt.
Hmm.
Like it's one of those things where like you can't tell it too much because she gonna be like, yeah, nah, no. So like she's extremely blunt. So I don't really. I mean, I love her, but I don't think I would get along with Scorpios as a friend. I don't think I
Right.
could do
Okay.
that. Well, at
Hmm.
least, yeah, nah. Because then I also dated a Scorpio. Man, he was very controlling.
Oh no. I
He
mean,
was,
that's very on brand, but
yeah, he was extremely controlling. So I was just like, no, no thanks.
mhm. What's your, did you say that what was your favorite to date? Like you said, you didn't really like Scorpios. They were a little controlling.
Okay,
What's your favorite?
so far, like it's been a Capricorn,
Okay.
but I mean, I don't know the full
Hmm.
like the full chart, obviously, but
Yeah.
I know they were born on the 18th of January, so I think that's Capricorn actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So
Yeah.
that's so far it's been that. It's been that.
Yeah. Okay. Exciting. I love
And
that.
I'm with the Taurus, so
Okay.
we are a lot alike in a lot of
Mm-hmm.
ways.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, JJ can attest to this. Like sometimes we be finishing each other's sentences,
Oh, I
or we be
love
talking at the same
that.
time, and sometimes I'd be like, "Who sent you?" But
Oh,
Essentially.
I love that.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
a really beautiful union. Yeah, I mean, but like also like being friends with, I find myself. Well, I know Brie is the only Libra that I'm friends with, and everybody else is either a Pisces or Aries.
Aries, Sydney's Aries.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's Sierra?
When's
Her
her birthday?
her birthday's
She's a
October 1st.
Scorpio. Yeah, her birthday's right after mine. Yeah, she's a Scorpio.
Hmm.
So I guess I was wrong, y'all.
Not that you said wait. I take
Wait
it
a minute.
back.
She gonna look back at it. She gonna be like, "You said what?"
Mhm.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, it's all alleged. It's because you know what I'm saying. It hasn't been leaked yet, but yeah, okay, yeah. But I haven't like had like a serious issue with any sign as of yet, though.
I
Like
say the only
except for
issue. Wait, what
yeah,
you about to say? Sorry.
I was gonna say except for like I just know that I don't want to be with a Virgo man. That's
Yeah.
what I know for sure. What I know for sure is that I don't want to be a part of that.
Yeah. No.
So
No.
No one should.
I'm trying to think. I feel like I haven't really had too many problems. Mm, I would say I probably don't get along that well with Leos or people that I found out were Leos.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
yeah.
love finding someone's sign out like after I've already had an opinion about them so that I'm
Mhm.
not like being like biased or prejudiced. And then you realize like, oh, I don't like Leos. Like even when I don't know you're a Leo.
I'm like, dang, it just so happens. Like
Yeah,
you
like
but
one of them.
why do a lot of people not like? Because I've heard a lot of people say that. It's been a lot of different signs that said they don't like Leos. I don't know what
Leos
it
are
is.
not my favorite, but not for the reasons that I hear other people talk about them. Like
Yeah.
I've never really like Leo is one of those signs that I'm like a lot of their sign is based off of stereotypes that I don't
Yeah.
necessarily think is true. Like I
Mhm.
haven't met a bunch of Leos that are like in my face and like doing the most and all this stuff like how their stereotype talks about. But I don't know. I've never I don't want to say never because I'm sure I have some type of Leo friend somewhere, but
Yeah.
I just don't. I never really can like get along with them on a like bantery level. I never find
Mhm.
them to be very fun. Like
Mm.
I don't know. Like when I think of the person that I want to have fun with, a Leo is like I would rather go party with a Pisces than invite that Leo to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can
Okay.
see it. I can see that. Both my older brothers are Leos. One is a July Leo. He's the end of July, and the other one is an August Leo. He's the beginning of.
Oh, that reminds me of a question.
Mhm.
So, is there really ever like a difference between? Because some people would be like, September Libras and October Libras, two
Yeah.
complete different things. Like, is that
Mhm.
true for like different signs?
Yeah, so like I was saying before, like the signs or astrology is based off of like a degree system.
Right.
And
Hmm.
so each sign is given 30 degrees and they're split into deacons. Now, I don't know the specific sub rulers of the deacons, so don't ask me, but the first 10 days of that zodiac sign, the sun in that zodiac sign is one deacon. The second 10 days is the second deacon, and the third 10 days is the third deacon. And how it works is all Libras are majorly ruled by Venus, like that's their planet, but
Hmm.
you can be like for example, maybe a Libra first deacon is ruled by Venus but sub-ruled by Mercury. The second one is sub-ruled and majorly ruled by Venus, and then the third one would be sub-ruled by Uranus. So
Mm.
it goes like with the sign. So for me, I am a second deacon Sagittarius and I'm sub-ruled by Mars. So like I am a Sagittarius but with Aries energy.
Okay.
Mm.
What
So
about if
like,
you're a cusp? Like if you're like on the cusp of, because my birthday is October 21st, so I'm like the
mhm.
last of Libras.
Got you. So I don't believe in cusps because
Okay.
again, you have like the degrees. So
Hmm.
like if you're a Libra on the last day, you're still like a Libra. There may even when you're like
Very
closer
good.
to that other sign, I don't think it's just the people on the cusp that can have like residual energy from the other sign. Like I
Hmm.
noticed that first deacon Sagittarius, which would be the closest to Scorpio, they are Sagittarius, but they are a little bit more secretive. They are a little bit more like methodical or habitual, and I think it's because of that like Scorpio energy. But I
Mm.
personally don't believe in like cusps, like if you were born on that last day or that first day, you're like a mixture between the two signs. I don't believe in
Okay.
that because there's a degree system.
I like that. Okay, because when people
Mhm.
be like, "You technically a Scorpio," I'll be like, "No, I'm not,"
No, I'm not.
That's not how that works.
and not. I don't even
I,
have a Scorpio placement. I don't think.
Right. But I also say
so
go
you're
with
just
what
guessing.
resonates. Like, who am I to tell you that you're not a cusp baby? If
Okay,
Right.
you
because I'm not listening
fully,
to nobody but astrologer
right.
mix. The fuck.
Thank you. Thank you. People like to argue, and I just let them.
Yes. I got a question. You know what I'm saying? Just real quick, I want to throw this in here. What is your perspective on like leap year babies? It just popped into my head, like,
Mhm.
because leap year was set to February 29th, and that's going
Yeah, every
into.
4 years.
So, is it hard to find like their charts and like do their charts like change a lot more than people's whose birthdays just stay every year? Like, how does it work
No,
with them?
so everyone, I've never done any research on this, so I
Mhm.
could be wrong, but
Mhm.
like, what I do know is that when you're born with your birth chart stays the same. Like it is
Okay.
a screenshot of the sky at the exact moment you were born. So even if you were born on February 29th of, 1988 or whatever, you still have like a birth chart. You can still find it for that leap year, but like you just won't have like a birthday. You won't be able to actually
Hmm.
celebrate your birthday.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I don't really know how that like affects their solar return or,
Mhm.
you know, transits and things like that I actually want to write that down so I can research that.
Hey,
Okay.
Period.
Look
But
at JJ with the
astrologer
inspiration.
right,
mix
right.
with her assistant JJ.
Hey, I'll be on the marketing. I'm the marketing over
She the
here.
marketing
Period.
queen.
Yes. That's so funny. But yeah, they just don't really have a birthday. Sorry, leap year babies.
It's okay.
That
They gonna
must
get over
suck
it.
though.
Right?
Like,
Yeah, I remember I met this one person. They were a leap year baby, and we would call him like 3-year old or 4-year old because he didn't get a like an actual
Yeah.
birthday, and I'm like, dang, that sucks.
yeah, yeah. Ugh.
But I'm so happy that you came on. We're just
Yes.
excited. It was
This
so
was
funny
so
because like
great.
making this episode, like me and Rhea were like, okay, we're gonna ask her this, we're gonna ask her that.
Yes, I love it.
And it's such a blessing that you came on and like actually talked about it and actually kind of debunked some misconceptions and gave us a bit more confidence and wanting to learn more about astrology. So we're very thankful that you
Yes.
came. We're
Love
very
the
thankful.
insight.
Yeah.
And
Y'all are
thank you for
awesome.
coming. Your energy was so great.
That was too good. Let's get the dove.
Thank
It was, it was. And we know that you have a lot of social medias, where you
you.
Yes.
give people their readings and you have, all this stuff. So we just want you to kind of plug, where people can find you, how they can get in contact with you, how they can use you as a resource.
Okay,
Yes.
yes. So my Instagram and Twitter account is astrology_life and it's spelled F. Oh my God.
Hey, it's okay. It's been a
L-Y.
long day.
It's a long day. LYFE. So it's just like a Y instead of an I. And then you can go to my website, astrologylife.com, book yourself a consultation, a reading, ask a question, things like that. If you would like to order a tarot reading, you can DM me on my Instagram account. And yeah, I think that's all I got.
That's so awesome.
Thank you again for joining.
Thank you so much. This was so fun. Oh my God.
And this is gonna be the last time y'all see, Micks on here. The next time we're gonna do an episode where we put our significant others, and we're gonna pay you for this compatibility.
Period. I will.
She said, "Give her the dividends." Period. Okay, because now you're part of the family. You welcome here.
Thank you.
We had so much fun, and thank you again for just coming and teaching us, because that's what you are. Okay, definitely teaching us.
Yes, and y'all make sure to follow.
Yes,
follow. She was in our Places to Be People to See segment. You already know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
She dropped the information. Y'all came, y'all saw, y'all heard, and y'all listened. Now, don't go and think that y'all are all astrologers. I'm gonna just be honest.
Okay,
it takes a process. Because
clearly you saw we had questions.
A lot of questions. She just gave us a little scope on what she does. It's a lot more into it. So, and don't be trying to read everybody their signs if you don't really know yourself. Okay.
Hey, and then also know that it's astrologer, not astrologist.
Yeah. Instagram needs to get it together.
I've actually never heard. I don't think that's a word. I know astronomist. Is that a word?
Astronomist?
Like, I think astronomer.
Bro,
it's astronomer, isn't it?
Oh, yikes. So it's astronomer. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
On that note, y'all have a good night.
Thank you so much.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.